Hi, this is Jonathan Rosenhead, a Jerusalem psychotherapist. This week's Torah and Psychology post is Pashat Tazria-Metzora. We're going to focus on the mitzvah of bris milah that appears in Pashat Tazria. Now we know the significance of bris milah, of a newborn Jewish baby entering into the status of being a Jewish baby, the special relationship with the Kodesh Baruch Hu. But we're going to focus in particular on something that's unique about bris milah, which is why there are two brachas that are recited in the performance of this mitzvah. Many mitzvahs have one bracha when you're performing a mitzvah, but with bris milah there's two. And we're going to try to understand what is the significance of the second extra bracha and how that can actually relate to psychology and therapy. So the Aruch HaShulchan suggests, as an answer to why we have this second bracha, he says the first one, our mitzvah's milah, is like any bracha. Like any mitzvah, when you perform it, you have a bracha in the performance of a mitzvah. But the second, of L'hachnisei b'brisoi shel Avram Avinu, is unique. It's an expression of gratitude and thanks of the child. That the child is now entering, like Avram Avinu, he's entering into this covenant, entering into this relationship with the Kodesh Baruch Hu. Tachat pnei Shechina, now has this status and has this duty and role and unique relationship with the Kodesh Baruch Hu that is something that a child wants to express gratitude and thanks, but they're not able to. The baby, obviously, in terms of their cognitive development, is not able to express in words what they are experiencing and what is the significance of this event for them, and therefore the father, on the child's behalf, expresses this bracha of L'hachnisei b'brisoi shel Avram Avinu as a way of acknowledging and expressing the emotions of the child on their behalf. Now, if we look at this from a therapeutic point of view, from a psychological point of view, there are people who are crying, like the baby of bris milah. There are people who aren't able to express their experience, not because of cognitive development necessarily like the baby, but because they are suffering so much, that their emotions are so overwhelming, their experience, the trauma or the depression and anxiety, whatever the mental health suffering that they are experiencing is so overwhelming that it makes them speechless. They're not able to express what they are experiencing in words. And that's where the therapeutic relationship, or having the relationship with an adult, and certainly also parents, have a significant role. That they are able to connect with the child. If we take the model of bris milah and we apply it to in a way, a therapeutic setting or mental health suffering, we can try to understand the significance of what a parent can do, what a therapist can do, if they're able to acknowledge and recognize and be in tune with what a person is experiencing, that they're able to validate the emotions and the suffering and the pain, and then to be able to reflect back. The expression of the bracha of the father is reflecting back to the child and expressing for the child what they are experiencing. The father is saying, I understand what you're experiencing. I understand that you want to express your gratitude and your thanks, so I'm going to recite this bracha for you. Let me give words to what you're experiencing. And if we look at therapy, and we look at mental health, and we look at people that are suffering so much that they are speechless, that the Broca's area in the brain is just shut down. They are not able to express, they're not able to give words to what they're experiencing. So the adult, certainly parents, have an important role to be in tune, to notice and recognize, and through therapy as well, they're able to say, I hear you, I'm validating your emotions. I understand, I can connect with what you're experiencing. Let's try to give words to what you are experiencing, to the emotions, and certainly to be able to give, even just on a basic verbal, in a sense, to give a name to what a person is experiencing, whether it's to give a diagnosis, whether it's a depression, anxiety, trauma, or just to say, I really see what you're experiencing, I see your pain, I see that you are suffering. It's giving words that the person themselves is not able to do so on their own. And once you do that, in the same way as with bris milah, once you're able to give an expression, whether it's the parent or a therapist or an adult, can recognize and reflect back and give and verbalize for somebody who is suffering, that person, the person who is suffering, the client, the child, is able to regulate, is able to feel a bit more in control, is able to stabilize. Hopefully they'll be able to give some understanding and organization and meaning to what they are experiencing, to their suffering, and they can grow up and they can move forward like the baby. They can move forward, grow stronger. They can move forward and develop in life. And this is the significance of a bris milah. This is the acute significance of also the therapeutic connection of being able to verbalize and give an expression to a person's suffering, to validate. And this is a key tool that every parent can develop, that a therapist has to use in the therapeutic relationship. And hopefully this is an important message that we can take from this week's Parsha. Have a good Shabbos and keep well.